So the next thing we're gonna do is fix a little problem, and the problem is that we coded it so that if the player mounts the horse or gets onto the stagecoach, that it plays the sound, right? And that's a problem because if the player has not yet purchased the horse, they can still mount the horse, and if they do mount the horse, it'll say "Yeehaw!" But we don't want it to say that. We only want it to say that if he mounts him and he's rideable, right? So let's go ahead and fix that up. What we're gonna do is go into transportation, buy horse, scripts, control script, and that's right here. This yeehaw should be conditional, meaning only happen if something is true. And what we're gonna say is we're gonna say player, and we do have the player, I believe. Yep, the player's right here. Okay, so if player stats has horse value is equal to true, then go ahead and play this sound. We need to put an end here, and we should be good to go. So let me go ahead and publish this to Roblox, and we can play it. See if this works. And of course, once you do get it working for the horse, you can get it working for the stagecoach as well, right? So let's come over here, and I'm going to set it to false at first. So let's come over here, or maybe not. Let's go ahead and check it with has horse equal to true. Alright, great. And then I'll go ahead and set that has horse equal to false, and let's see if it still goes. So game.players delete smusd dot player stats stats, oh my goodness, dot has horse dot value is equal to false, and then we write them. Okay. Right. Okay, and so there's no sound, right? And so we're good to go. You want to go ahead and program that same thing to happen here for the stagecoach. And the last element that we need to program before we work on finishing up our game is the purchase of the train ticket, right? And so the train, the way it works is if you get onto this seat here, that changes your it gives you this little GUI down here, this little graphical user interface, and once you have that, you're able to move the train. You see this? I'm pressing W. I could press S, and I can move backward, right? And it's just like a horse, right? It's just like a coach, exactly the same, right? This is called a seat inside of the. Let's see. Let's come back over to our script. Here in transportation, you can look at stagecoach. You could see here that there's a driver's seat and a seat. There's a car script, right? There's all these things. It's the exact same thing as any of these other forms of transportation. And so what we need to do is do this exact same thing that we did with the horse and we did with the coach, which is to anchor one of these parts, right? The seat. And then add these scripts in where you're able to detect whether you purchased from the train owner, and if you did purchase from the train owner, then it fires off an event. The event is waited for by a script on the server, and once that happens, then you change the has train to true, which means you have to go back into leader stats scripts, add a has train, and not only adds a has train, but also check if the has train value is equal to true. And if it is, then you unanchor the seat. Okay. So again, that's this is like well-traveled ground. We've done it with the horse. We should have done it with the coach, and now I'm asking you to do it with the train. So go ahead and take that as a challenge exercise, and then I'll meet you on the other side, and then we'll finish up the last element of the game.